My dog B Souls is back. Kyrie Irving's big problem the NBA wants to ignore. My dog B Souls' new channel, Benjamin Buckets. He didn't tell me to promote this or anything. I genuinely saw this title and said, you know what? I want to know what the hell is Kyrie Irving's big problem the NBA wants to ignore. Like, they don't seem to be ignoring the problem. So I want to know what the problem is that they are ignoring. You know what I'm saying? All right,
Kyrie
cool.
Irving has a big problem. A problem that's ultimately redefining his legacy in a very bad way.
I'm just here to focus on the game.
But for some reason, the NBA community wants to ignore it so bad. Kyrie's undoubtedly one of the most talented players this league has ever seen. The finishes
Agreed.
at the rim, the fadeaways,
Terrifying.
the shooting,
Yep.
the handles. Like, look at this. I could watch this all day. He has the stats to back up his talent. He has a ring under his belt, and he's well respected by his peers.
Yo, ring under his
At
belt.
least
I think I've addressed that. That makes no sense. I say it too, but it's no sense. Ring under his belt. Who has ever put a ring under their belt?
Basketball-wise, from what I know. When we have conversations about the best of the NBA, whether that be from an all-time perspective or from a current perspective, talent is at the top of that conversation. And it makes sense. Who's better at playing the game of basketball? Player A or player B?
My dog
Player
always have the
A
stash grown out.
Or player
He got
B.
the
But
stash
aside from
on him.
talent, the truth of the matter is that there are other factors involved in the conversation. Now, should they actually be involved? Depends on who you talk to, but hey, they're in there. We're talking about durability, intangibles, leadership, winning, experience. In these conversations, talent has never been a problem for Kyrie because when he is on the court, he's one of the best players in the world, bar none. But that's the
Indeed.
thing right there. Did you catch it? You probably did if you know what I'm talking about. But let me rewind the video a little bit. In these conversations, talent has never been a problem for Kyrie because when he is on the court, right there,
They're on the court.
there always has to be a caveat with Kyrie. And today I want to ask the question, at what point do these other factors that I talk about outweigh your pure talent? Not just to the NBA Twitter streets, but to the team that you're playing for. You know, the team that's paying you $100 million to play the game of basketball. Just for some context, Kyrie has had one of the most tumultuous, did I use that word right? Tumultuous? One of the most tumultuous careers plagued with circumstances.
You know what's so crazy? I never thought about it. Like, so Kyrie obviously forfeited just about a lot of his contract throughout the years by not playing. But it's crazy to think what could have been if he didn't have that because he didn't make that contract, but that contract still counted towards the salary cap, right? So like, imagine like if it was predetermined the previous offseason that he wasn't going to play, and then you're like, oh, well, now we don't have a contract. Like, I know you can get that little thing the NBA will give, like if a player gets injured the first week of the season and tears their ACL, they'll give like a little couple extra dollars, say, oh, here's $7 million, go sign a player if you feel like it. But that man gave up like 20 million and the salary cap hit was the exact same. I don't know, just random. That's just a random thought.
That's made him miss a bunch of games. Going into the 2023 season, out of the 1,036 possible games Kyrie could have played in his career, he's missed a total of 314 games with a miss rate of 30.3%. Meaning
Jesus.
he has damn near missed 1 in every 3 games of his career.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Most of these missed games have been caused by injuries, but not all of them. He's missed games for refusing to take the COVID vaccine. He's taken a personal leave before, and more recently, we all know what's going on. I don't even want to dive into it, but you know what I'm talking about.
With all that being said, I just want to offer my deep apologies to all those who are impacted over these last few weeks.
Aside from his teams not having
Kyrie's starting to look like he about to age like Obama. Like, like, you know, when Obama had the gray hair after he got out of office, like Kyrie looked like he's getting tired of these bastards.
Impacted over these last few weeks.
Aside from his teams not having one of their best players, if not their best player in some cases, this also causes a bunch of ripple effects that play a part in his teams not reaching their full potential. Instead of looking to improve every single game, his teams both have to try to win games
so
without
crazy.
him. And then when he comes back, the team has to readjust their whole team to be where they were before the injuries, while simultaneously building off of anything they developed in their time without him.
Man, you'll be
Ultimately,
alright.
this is what happened with the 2018-2019 Boston Celtics. They were on fire before Kyrie got injured. Kyrie gets injured. They come 1 game away from an NBA Finals berth, being led by a core who feels like they've proven themselves. The next season, the same guys feel like they've already proven themselves, but the Boston Celtics still need to bring back Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward into the mix. And it creates this whole mess within the team dynamic that is just so hard to fix.
Obviously, we know what Kai's capable of, but Gordon was coming off an All-Star the year before, but then you had myself and JB and Terry that, naturally we wanted more.
The same thing happened to the Brooklyn Nets in 2021, 2022. Now, the Brooklyn Nets did have some on-court issues that were there even when Kyrie played, but it definitely didn't help that he wasn't there consistently. Listen, I just want to make
the worst part about those Celtics teams is that they quite literally, definitely could have won a ring or got to the finals at a certain point. It's actually insane that they're as good as they are now, considering like how their best player ended up being nothing. Like Isaiah Thomas, they made the most of the situation they possibly could, because with Danny Ainge, he trades Isaiah Thomas after having an MVP, near MVP level season, and Isaiah Thomas got injured in that playoff run as well, and I believe didn't play in that conference finals against LeBron in 2018. No, 17. Yeah, 17. Whatever. I don't know. LeBron and Kyrie in them, and then 2018. I believe he didn't. He might have played that year, but I thought he dropped the 50 something against the Wizards in the semifinals. I can't remember if he played or not in the conference finals, but I do know for a fact that Kyrie Irving didn't play the entire next year playoff run, and both years, Terry Rozier, Jason Tatum, Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, and Al Horford just holding it down all the way to hell, and without the best player unanimously both years. Maybe not best playoff form. Then the next year Kyrie comes back, but at that point, it just didn't work, and it's like, all right, we got one chance out of 3 for it to work. Whether you're counted for Isaiah or Kyrie, got one chance out of 3, and this one didn't work. But you could only imagine if it would have worked the other 2 chances when they actually made it to the conference finals both of the times, and they could have had their best player. So it was a wild scenario over there in Boston.
Make it clear, I am not saying in this video that what Kyrie has said and what Kyrie has done in the past was the right thing to do. That is not my place within this video, and I'm also not saying that his injuries are his fault. Some of those injuries are freak injuries, and some things you just can't control with your body. But I really do question Kyrie's value when there are other players in the league who aren't as talented as him, but are more reliable than him. In a very layman's way, essentially what I'm asking here is, would you rather have Kyrie Irving, 100% of Kyrie Irving, 65, 70% of the time, or would you rather have 80% of Kyrie Irving, 95 to 100% of the time? Which one is more valuable to an NBA team? Now, to be fair to Kyrie, this isn't the problem
Too much
exclusive
math.
to him. I have the same problem with Joel Embiid, Anthony Davis, LeBron James at this point. Let's talk about it. Kawhi Leonard. Let's talk about it. Because at this point,
we don't gotta
I don't care about
talk.
the
This is
conversations anymore.
unspoken telekinesis.
These are things that have historically negatively impacted the teams that these players have played for.
So the Clippers, Paul George and Kawhi were just listed out indefinitely. They're going to go down as one of the craziest what if stories in history, and it's getting overlooked currently because we're in such a packed era of the NBA where it's not even guaranteed that they would be championship favorites anymore, but it's going to look kind of wicked in a couple of years.
Happened for multiple years now, and it continues to happen up until this season. Kyrie Irving has missed games this season. Kawhi Leonard has missed games this season. LeBron James has missed games this season. But yet no one wants to have these conversations because when they are on the court, they're so talented. And I get it. I do. If you guys really like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, man. If this video does really well, this is not going to...
Shout out to Bezos. His new channel is called Benjamin Buckets. And it's not even his name. They just gave him the name. And what's it called? Yeah, with Kyrie too, what he's been saying off the court and everything. I'm an interesting I have an interesting viewpoint of people. Regardless of whether or not you believe Kyrie's smart, stupid, whatever. I have a belief that most people are inherently stupid. About 97% of people in this world are pretty stupid. I'm not even excluding myself from that. Probably 100% actually. I think our natural human reaction to life is to be stupid. Hey, look, at the end of the day, Kyrie's saying stupid stuff, missing games, but you probably just making fun of him from your couch and going home and drinking a 12 pack of Budweiser. You know what I'm saying? So who's really the smart one out here? Nobody. All right. Yeah, but hey, Kyrie's big problem the NBA wants to ignore. We ain't ignoring it. We've been We've been talking about that for years. All right, it's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. Shout out to Alan Crab.